Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here and welcome on into a early LEGO Marvel superhero set review. Today we are looking at the brand new What If set, and this is set number 76194, the Tony Stark Sakaarian Iron Man. And this is actually going to be available starting on August the 1st, but I was able to get my copy of it from Mastermind Toys here in Canada, and I've heard that it might be a retail exclusive. I'm not too sure at this point, but anyways, the price for this is $39.99 USD or $49.99 Canadian. And I know that sounds like a lot, but surprisingly, this is probably my favorite out of the three mechs. And I know you're probably tired. It's another Iron Man. It's another Hulkbuster. But honestly, we're going to do a comparison looking at all three of them from the summer, but the design of this and the functionality of it is just phenomenal, as well as the figures in here are really, really great as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at this set. So here it is. This is the Iron Man Sakaarian armor, the Hulkbuster version. And if you don't know what if is, it's them taking a spin, or what if something small or something really big changed, and how did that affect that branch, that variant from the timeline. So this version is what if Tony Stark from the Avengers movie didn't make it through the wormhole back in the Avengers, and he wound up landing on Sakaar with the Grandmaster and Valkyrie. So it's really, really neat, and it's so cool. The more that you think about it, doesn't really make sense. Like, since Bruce Banner did actually help make the Hulkbuster and design Veronica, I guess it's a little confusing. Even the other what if, how did Howard come up with the technology? But just ignore that. It's just such a cool concept, so I can easily overlook that. And honestly, just seeing like the design here and just some of the subtle like lines there and there, like not so subtle there, but you know what I mean? These little, like, I want to say hieroglyphics, like almost. They're amazing. It takes me right back to Ragnarok. But then I remember I'm looking at this thing, and it's an Iron Man mech. Like, you could see the arc reactor there and some of the other lights and just the whole style of it. I'm just so blown away by them merging the Ragnarok bright color aesthetic with a Hulkbuster, which is why I love this thing so much. And honestly, it is quite different in terms of the build than the other one, so I can't really complain. Like, specifically looking at the arms here and the hands, it's different. You'll see that in the comparison video that we'll do soon. And just the stickers again, like looking at it all, there are so many included in this. I think it goes up to 14 on the sticker sheet. Like, there's so many stickers here that are just so detailed and so unique. I really just appreciate it. And it's pretty chunky as well. Like, looking at it from the side here, you could definitely see, and you'll see why that is when we actually look at the second version. That's right, the second version of this mech. It does transform. But let's take a closer look at the functionality of this. So the arms can't move too much because they hit the shoulders depending on how you angle it, but there's ways around that there, as well as the hands there can completely rotate. It's the exact same build there, just with the thumb is different there. But I really love the design of that. I think that looks neat with the orange here on the one arm and then the bright turquoise there on the other. And then even looking down here at the hips, there's actually some stickers down there. And I love the Nexonite shields here in red and then dark gray. And turning it around here, you could see again how they're different, with turquoise on one side and orange on the other. The 2 feet there, they're the exact same, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. As well as underneath the feet, there's also these transparent pieces meant to like represent the thrusters so that the mech can actually go and fly. So I think that's really cool inclusion that they've done in all three of the mechs this year. And just to show you a little bit more of the functionality of the legs, you can rotate it there and kind of angle it that way. And as well as the feet are on a little ball joint, so you can angle them a little bit there. You can see right there, and they can stomp down on the ground. And you can actually balance it on one foot if you do it properly. And maybe you have to have the arms out a little bit, like doing some ballet, but come on, it's got to be possible. Nearly every mech is able to do this, but he might be a little heavy, so I don't think. There we go. I did it. Anyways, let's take a closer look here at the back. You could see here that you've got these weird wheels things, and they're part of the next build, but if you wanted to, you could just easily remove them if you don't want them to be seen in your actual like display of the suit, so you don't have to worry about that. On the top, you've got like these I just want to say like a solar panel or something like that. And then you could lift up the visor here as well and just kind of angle it around, and you could see how the mask, it can go a little bit too deep and too far down that it looks a little off. Like it's like hiding underneath this rim part here. So just lift it up a little bit. It's not very hard, and you can kind of make it look a little bit better. Again, you can angle this if you wanted to and have that close up as well. I'm not really sure what that is meant to be, but let's go ahead and let's put Tony in here. So this part here as well opens on up and flops on down, and you can see that there's actually this little sticker for him to control the car and the mech. So let's take Tony. Let's put him on inside here, and then you close it on up, and I guess he can't really see. You'll just have to ignore the fact that his head isn't actually in the eyes, unless they really lower the mouth down there. But yeah, I think that it closes up really nicely, and I like that he's not seen at all, except for kind of through the sides there. Maybe there could have been some pieces there to sort of close that up a little bit better, but it looks really, really great. But let's transform this thing. So I've never done this before. All right, so first things first, let's get Tony out of here so that he's safe during the transformation. So it says to just take everything apart. So let me show you all the different spots that it can actually come apart. So the back right there, you already saw, it just is attached here like this, and then you just have it attaching here in the back, and you've got the wheels there, and so pop that off, as well as here you pop off the legs, it says to do. So you pop those two off, and then you also have to take the hands off here, not from there, from the yellow, and so you got to do that twice, I guess. All right, so what you do is you have to put that wheel back. I took it off before just to show you that you can remove it, but you also separate the body here just like that. And then what you do is here on the back, you're supposed to put the wheels up as well as flop that part forward. And then you have it angled like this, and you attach that part that was on the back like so. Then you take the front part that you just detached and put it there. So now that you've got this, what you do is you take the two wheels and you put them on into the axle pieces there, the little joints from before, and then you grab this and you angle it forward there to kind of just have it touch the center, and you are good to go. You can take Tony and he is ready to drive with this car, which is insane to me. Who would have thought that a Hulkbuster can turn into this working car that moves really smoothly as well, I might add? That is amazing to me. Like that just blows me away that it has this ability to do that. Here is the Watcher figure, and this is definitely the character in the set that I was most looking forward to getting. And again, I wish that it was Thanos' head from the big figure. You could check out a video that I actually talk about 10 uses for the new Thanos pieces, and this definitely should have been one of them. But it's still a phenomenal looking figure. Honestly, even just the eyes, I think, look so much better than the picture that we had before. I really love the torso printing and how detailed that is there with like that medallion, and even just the part of the cape at the top and how detailed that is there with all the different texturing and everything. It looks great, and that face again is phenomenal. The only thing I will say about this that I don't like is the fact that we've got these two different types of capes. We've got the old style there with the harder fabric, and then the new soft one. So I don't like the way that that looks. Like the texture just looks off when it's meant to be the same sort of cape, so I'm not a fan of that. But you can just see how great that looks here from the back. And let's take the cape off though, so you can see here what he looks like without any of the cape distracting you. And spinning it around here on the back, you can see just how detailed that back printing really is. And here is the Tony Stark figure, and again, this is from the Avengers, which technically there should be maybe a little arc reactor light there, but it looks really great. They've Legoized his Metallica shirt from there, which is also great because, you know, they go back to 2012 in Avengers Endgame, so it's really cool that we have this figure. And the face is nothing new, same with the hair. It is the same one that's being used all the time for Tony, and you could see spinning it around here. It doesn't really make sense that he has a heads-up close-up display when he has no helmet included in the set, but the back torso printing, it's got some wrinkles, which is fine. I really love this figure, and I never really thought that we'd get this. And here is the Valkyrie figure, and I've got to be careful with what I say about her holding a bottle of alcohol, because people are going to freak out about me supposedly freaking out, even though all I did was point out how surprised I was that there were 6 bottles, 1 can, and a keg included in Thor's house, which is pretty unheard of when people were freaking out that they just included a singular bottle for Valkyrie when we first saw the set. Ironic. Anyways, here we are, Valkyrie. She looks great. Love the torso printing and the face as well. Looks so incredible. I think that it's great that she is in a cheaper set, especially if you did miss out on getting her from the Ragnarok wave, which was such a long time ago now as well. Honestly, I think that the hairpiece worked quite well for her. I'm not sure why everyone always complains, but I think it looks good. I think that it definitely works, as well as her 2 accessories here, the bottle like I mentioned before, and she's also using the Lord of the Rings sword there in silver. And let's take off this fabric cape piece, and you could see that she's got some really detailed back printing. I think it looks really, really great, and honestly, I think that it is just such a detailed figure. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my early review of the Tony Stark Sakaarian Iron Man. I'm so excited about What If. It is the show that I've always been most excited for, and I really love this set. I think it's my favorite mech out of the 3 for sure. I think it's definitely just such a fun design, and just the fact that it can turn into a car as well. It's just so unique. It's just such out-of-the-box thinking compared to any other mech that we've gotten for Iron Man, so I really love this. But anyways, stay tuned for that comparison, as well as if you want to, you could check out a playlist here linked at the end of all of the 2021 Marvel sets that we've looked at already on the channel. You can find that other What If set in that playlist, or just search it up. We've got it already on the channel, as well as all the other Infinity Saga sets. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of this? I think the price might be a little high, but honestly, what you get out of it is really, really worth it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.